And it's with my sincere pleasure and appreciation to wish each and every one of you a good morning. My name is Betty Gardner. I'm the CEO of ProTrain. We want to give you a sincere welcome to everyone in attendance today at this year's annual Continuing Education Conference, known as CETI, because Continuing Education Training Institute is quite a bit to say, so we localize it as CETI. CETI was originally to be live in person in Savannah, Georgia. We love Savannah, and we wanted to keep it real by being able to bring the mayor of Savannah to our conference virtually. So that's who I'll be introducing here in just a little bit. We're pleased that we have gone virtually live with CETI to allow all of you to continue your professional development. Please continue to sign up for sessions throughout the week if you've not already done so. Please, we got some great lineups for everybody. So for each of you who took the time out of your schedules to attend this year's conference, we will do our very best to make sure that you enjoy, pick up on industry best practices to educate, engage with one another, and go back to your respective schools and enroll more students. We all know that that's what we need to do right now. We need to find a way. I am pleased to say that this year's CETI marked 3,000 plus registrations with professionals from across the United States. For our educators, you come from colleges, universities, adult education programs, and professional development organizations, all focused on helping students find their career pathways or perform better in their existing career. I also want to take time up front to thank our wonderful sponsors, who without their support, we would not be able to host CETI, and continue to be the most cost-effective training institute designed to give real-world best practices for each of you to experience how business and education meet. During these trying times, attendees can join any and all sessions for free to continue your professional development. That's our way of trying to give back. Our sponsors are genuinely involved in assisting you and your students succeed and have the best student experience possible. So let us recognize and give a big round of virtual applause, and I'm going to do it, to our sponsors, speakers, and panelists. Our focus this year was very strategic in the selection of our speakers, panels, and topics. Our CETI focus is to remain on the leading edge in working within the continuing education, professional development communities, in the continuous evolution of how important and key we are in meeting the educational needs of our country. Continuing educators are really important. What will you experience this year are all new sessions on the cutting edge of our professions. We will explore trends in workforce development, certifications, data analysis, digital marketing, and leadership. We will determine techniques for recruiting ideal students for programs that can be replicated at your institution. We'll also discover accelerated career development using your personal brand and preparing your students for learning success. Finally, we'll learn the benefits and critical importance of certifications for business and industry. Each year that CETI has been in existence, it has grown in order to meet the needs of those that we support and has helped them grow their understanding of industry trends, credentials, and stackable skills in order to enhance more robust programs that will increase student population, revenues, and successes. Next, really important, we want to get your input. At the end of this week of this event, we ask that you take 2 to 3 minutes to give me your candid feedback and suggestions through a live online survey. We want your input. At ProTrain and CETI, we're all about education to employment. That's what we're all about. Where business and education meet, CETI will remain focused in this regard. We look forward to this week's worth of virtual sessions. So once again, I want to thank you for your attendance, to our sponsors, and let's get ready to enjoy. Have some time to enjoy and learn about innovative educational trends. Let's engage virtually with one another. It's a new norm. And go back to our respective schools and service and enroll more students. I want to thank each and every one of you for participating and being on this. And if you signed up for our opening remarks and you were not able to make it, I want to thank you as well. So I am going to stop my video, and I'm going to go to our 3 or 4 PowerPoint slideshow, and I will introduce Mr. Van. So thank you. So I want to welcome you to the Continuing Education Training Institute, CETI, and we've just had our opening remarks, and I hope they meant as much to you as they did to me, because education is important, and we need to find a way to continue to help our society, our service area that we support, and being able to have great education. But we do have a few CETI housekeeping rules. I will let everyone know that this CETI session is being recorded for the simple purpose of you're attending live and you might want to look at it again. You signed up, but perhaps something came up and we'll let you see it after the fact. There will be links to the PDFs of the presentation and recordings will be available. These are going to be the same rules for every presentation that we have. And we hope that and encourage that all of you will sign up for all of them. Attendees are automatically muted when joining because we're all working from home. We don't want to hear cats and dogs and things like that. But we encourage you to use the question and answer and chat box located on the lower navigation bar for all questions. And we will get to your questions at the end if you have any. And if we run out of time, I assure you your questions, any unanswered questions, will still have responses when we send out the recording. I asked you respectfully to please post to social media using our hashtag of CETI 2020. And whether it be today, whether it be next week or next month, join our CETI alumni group on LinkedIn. It's where all of us that work in the same profession, we're all dealing with the same issues that we can all talk with one another. I highly encourage you to do that. And I'm going to welcome myself. My name's Betty Gardner again. I am the school director and CEO of ProTrain. I love education. I come from a background of where education was the one thing that could make us be better about ourselves. And that's why I worked at a former higher institution at a university and decided to start my own company to help people better themselves through education. I try my best to be an inspired leader, and I truly am dedicated to quality educational services, trying to keep everything at an affordable cost. There's no need to have high prices, and we provide world-class training. But it is my extreme honor to introduce the Honorable Van R. Johnson II, who is the 67th Mayor of Savannah, Georgia. And as I said, we were going to have our event in Savannah, and we wanted to keep the Savannah essence. And Mayor Johnson was gracious enough to stay with us, because next time we can go live, we're going live in Savannah. But he is a former radio talk show host, a political commentator, and author of local weekly columns. Mayor Johnson has distinguished himself as a thoughtful and passionate voice on current events. He's also a nationally recognized innovator and thought leader in the areas of youth development. And I've had the opportunity to talk with Mayor Johnson. He's a really nice, caring individual, and I am excited to hear Mayor Johnson talk. So, Mayor Johnson, I will turn it over to you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate this. I appreciate the opportunity to be here. I'm excited. I went to the Hyatt this morning and y'all weren't there. I mean, wow. But hey, we made things happen. So obviously I'm disappointed that you're not here with us personally, but I'm looking forward for you having the opportunity to be in our city as soon as it's safe to do so. Welcome from Savannah, Georgia, where currently it is 82 degrees at 10 o'clock in the morning. So we are setting up for a humid but yet beautiful day in the hostess city of the South. Ms. Gardner, thank you so much for the opportunity, and Team ProTrain, thank you for your assistance and help me get to this point. And to the Continuing Education Training Institute. We welcome you from all over the country to the mother city of Georgia, Savannah, Georgia, founded in 1733 by General James Edward Oglethorpe. We are the first capital of the last colony of our great nation. Savannah is a city of many firsts. We are the first planned city in the United States. We have the first lighthouse on the South Atlantic coast. We have the first Black Baptist congregation in North America, in the first African Baptist church. We had the first cotton gin was here in Savannah. The first art museum in the South was here in Savannah. The first golf course in America was here in Savannah. As everyone knows, we are the home of Juliet Gordon Lowe, who founded the Girl Scouts. So likewise, the first Girl Scout troop was here in Savannah, and we're also the home of the third oldest Jewish synagogue, Mikveh Israel, that is here in Savannah. So we are a city of first, and we're glad to be the city of first to host the Continuing Education Training Institute's conference virtually. I certainly send shouts out to our home team, Dr. Kathy Love and Savannah Technical College. These are our partners that help make things happen in our city every single day for people who are trying to get that extra edge, people who are trying to reskill, retool, and find ways to be able to make it in this world. So big shouts out to Dr. Love and Savannah Tech, and I thank them for being sponsors. That's a very impressive list of sponsors that you have here. Beloved, let me just tell you, and I'll be out of the way, that we are living in some extraordinary times. I have been in office for 5 months and 8 days today. Now, I've been on city council for 16 years before that, but I will tell you that these 5 months have been more challenging than the 16 years combined. I've done hurricanes, I've done emergencies, but yet the last 5 months for us, dealing with the pandemic, dealing now with national protest, now we're also in hurricane season. These have been some extraordinary times. And I know if you're like us, from wherever you are, wherever you sit, this has been some extraordinary times for you. There are terms now that have been added to our vernacular that we have never thought about. I mean, social distancing and quarantine and these types of things. And you have had to take some extraordinary steps to do things differently and think things differently and consider different ways of being able to do things. So for us, It is not what happens to us, but it is the lessons we learn from what happens to us. And I submit to you that during these times, for us, the issue is going to be who survives depends on how we survive. And for us and for me, it has always been education is the way. We're not going to brick and mortar schools anytime soon. So therefore, things like continuing education, how do we do it? People have lost their jobs. Industries have changed. So individuals are now needing new and unique and creative ways to be able to shift. You know, Spencer Johnson wrote a book about Move My Cheese. The cheese has moved. And how you survive during this time, this uncertain time, depends on your ability to follow the cheese wherever it might go. And I submit to you that continuing education and training is the way for it to go. That's why I'm glad to have Savannah Tech here, because they're able to be nimble enough to be able to craft and to fashion things for our current situation. Hopefully you have those resources in your community. So, I mean, for us, how do you do that? How do we retool minds? How do we cross the digital divides? How do we train that person who's lost their job after 20, 30, 40 years? How do we get them going in another direction? And I think this is what this is all about. It's going to be about training. It's going to be about education. It's going to be being able to help people pivot. And some of that is pivoting from the way we used to do things to a brand new way. And so I submit to you that you, all of you, all 77 of you that's on this call, you are really the change agents that we need in America's nation and our nation's cities, towns, and counties. You're going to be the ones, you're going to be the herald that's out here saying, you know what? I mean, things might have changed. You know, how do we change to get you there? I bet you one thing, making masks is now a way to go. We need to teach people how to make masks. We need to teach people how to do hand sanitizer. We have to teach people how to build thermometers. We have to teach people how to manage now in crisis. And so these are opportunities. How do you operate globally from your home? How do you manage in issues of accounting and human resources and personnel? How do you have continuity of your operations? How do you do these things? And so for us, for you, this is the time in which you're able to help make that happen. So while I'm so sorry that you're not here in Savannah, I mean, I was going to take you all to River Street and treat you all to drinks. But y'all not here, so I can't treat you to drinks. Maybe next time. But Savannah is here. We are keeping the faith. We are following the science. And we're making sure that we are at the front curve. Because as the first city, as a mother city, we have to lead. And so we're leading and keeping our citizens safe. We're leading and staying at the front of issues that are happening in our community. We agree that Black lives matter. We agree all lives matter. And again, in training this new paradigm, how do we get people to really go there? And again, you're the ones that are going to help us to be able to go there. So I'm just, again, so excited that you are virtually in our city. I hope that there'll be times for virtual tours, see how beautiful our city is, and it's really how sorry our city is that you're not here. But please, next year, we want this conference here in Savannah. And in between that time, when it's safe to do so, we want you to come and visit our city. So again, thank you so much. Thank you, Ms. Gardner. You could always check me out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, Mayor Johnson, SAV. Mayor Johnson, SAV, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We look so forward to have you in our city. Our website is savannahga.gov, savannahga.gov. God bless you wherever you are. And again, we look forward to having you back in Savannah soon. God bless.
Mayor Johnson, I want to thank you very much for your input. You're very inspiring. Savannah is a wonderful place to be. It's a delight to go there, either on a conference or a vacation. And we're all very sorry we were not able to go there, but virtually you have shared your city with us through your talk. So I want to thank you, and I want to thank everyone that has been on our opening session. I will see if we have any questions.
I have one question. So.
Yes.
Next time you're coming to Savannah, yes?
Yes, sir. Yes. I told you.
Yes.
I'm going to Savannah.
I want you to say it loud so everybody hear it, so they can
We
go ahead.
want everybody to go to Savannah.
Right. Do we have dates yet?
No, sir. We're trying to move through this ordeal that we're going through right now. But I will tell you, I am so proud and honored that we were able to take CETI live in person in Savannah and turn it into the virtual live in Savannah. And after we get through this week worth of great training and professional development, we will start working on next year.
All right, thank you. We're gonna look forward to seeing you and look forward to seeing everybody here in person.
Thank you, sir. You're the man.
Thank you.
I don't see any questions or chats. So with that, we will say, I look forward to seeing you on the next session, everybody. And if you haven't signed up, please do so now.